he now makes it back from pretty much the bottom blast zone. So it's hard to take care of a recovery with that kind of armor. So I think Falco's going to have to focus more on ledge trapping if he wants to get home. But ledge trapping in Incineroar is also dangerous because if he just drops some ledge jumps upside BC, you can die.
Yeah, that's actually just that's the simplest way to put it. It is not a good time, especially with the increased damage to it too. And we're gonna see Smash Build. This is a great pick for both because it's the least amount of room Incineroar has to zone break to get in. You have the ability to play around that platform right there using Fairs, but it's also Combo City for Falco. It's easy to get resets on that platform without him being able to run too far. It's easy to bait jumps, but ledge trapping is better here for Falco because even though it's really good for Incineroar, Falco loves forcing you to that corner in this matchup, so you don't have to deal with Incineroar trying to land on you with those revenges or those nairs.
The relatively small upwards inside of the blast zones are also going to help up the back their killer armor.
Let's go, Bryce. Start things off here pretty much exactly how we expected, but there is the equalizer. That's always the equalizer right there.
One more kill from Incineroar and it's back to even and both the kill potential.
Yep, that's another big thing in this matchup too, is that Sin only has to win Nooch twice essentially, and you're at kill percent, especially to a good edge guard. But, oh, yep. Right back to even and in favor of Incin now too, because up tilt Bear doesn't kill just yet. Actually now with it's getting close within range. You want to have him around 95. He's just getting scooped up though. Now he's not respecting him. As the match goes, you have to slowly walk away from Incineroar instead of trying to shield or spot dodge. But you can always just get scooped like that. That's the first stop.
Come outside with Incineroar is so dangerous because if you position yourself a little bit above the stage, you can't jump out of that command grab anymore. So your only option is to spot dodge or roll through it. And
Darkest Lair is one of the bit like I was actually pretty solid, just like jumping around him instead of baiting for the idea of going for a throw to get ledge position, just raw up smash because he knew he was gonna jump there. But I'm really liking the fact that we're seeing Incineroars use Darkest Lair a lot less, where they would constantly spot dodge cancel it or just use it off of get off me. Now they're actually playing out of shield more with that up B buff. It definitely makes it more frightening. But also you have that armor potentially off the side B, so you put more fear in someone rather than constantly go for Darkest Lair and then you save it for later in the game.
Yeah, when you're playing footsies with Incineroar, you always have to space around that side B. Because if you're too close to him and you commit to something a bit too much, just like that you get hit, you take 25% or it gets hit off stage, you die.
Yeah, really right on cue. Like as pointed out, it's just such a damaging option you have to deal with as time goes on. Even with it being at 45%, you still have to respect it. Big punish here though, deciding to go above the stage with the cross shot, putting himself right in front, especially at roll distance too. Like he was right within range to be able to react to that and move out the way. All right. What's the percentage rate right now of how many low whips have connected?
I think
you whiffed one.
Yeah, he's gotten all of them except for one.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, there's another one. He's like 9 for 10 right now. So even though he's not necessarily winning out in terms of fundamental play and footsies, he is really winning out on the fact that Sice is standing in shield a lot because he's trying to read him jumping in. But why would he jump in when he just keeps scooping you out with grab?
The invincibility of Incineroar's neutrality also helps him do baits with super safe moves because he just exactly like that. He whiffs something and you think you can punish it, but he presses neutral. He beats out whatever move you have, and you take a lot of damage like that.
Yeah, like and that puts some fear in you too because it makes you back off for a second when you're trying to pressure after a whiff, and then you got hit by Darkest Lariat 3 times, and now all of a sudden Incineroar is walking at you instead of Darkest Lariat. But Sice still pretty solid lead here, solid punish. Go for off throw instead. Toast goes for a forward air instead of up air, interesting, but goes for the drag down. This is looking pretty rough. Like at this point, you could go for a trade-off stage with the forward air as well once they're out of range for a lone whip.
Yeah. We've been talking a lot about how Incineroar is dangerous. Sice has gotten a ton of extra credit without dying. He died now, but he's gotten 100% on Incineroar. He's in up tilt back range. That laser will stuff out with the side.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's mostly been that. Instead of trying to challenge side B now, he's just putting single shot lasers out there because every single time he's been short hop side B. Oh, all right, even game. Actually, not as bad as I thought, but
Sice isn't trying to edge guard Incineroar's up. He's probably the right call. If
yeah.
he messes it up, he gets shot.
Exactly. I think you just control edge here. Snipe the jump there with the laser, and that's going to take first game. I think Clubnesman had a couple of really good ideas behind what he was doing, but I think the biggest thing, like we were just talking about, was as the match went on, you saw Sice, after getting grabbed so much, decided to stay still, pop him one real quick, and just make him back off versus constantly taking the short hop side Bs. because he kept standing still, looking like he was maybe waiting for a fair, or thought he spaced the Alone Whip to punish it. But that last extra bit of Alone Whip's grab box is like slightly out of range of the animation, so it trips you up. You have to slightly walk away so you don't get grabbed by that. Otherwise, you're in for a bad time.
On a stage like Smashville, where all your approach options are relatively linear, the laser does a really good job at keeping Incineroar from getting in.
Yeah.
If Incineroar counterpicks here to stage like PS2 or Small Battlefield or Normal Battlefield or Yoshi's, if that's legal here.
It is not.
But if Incineroar counterpicks to stage with platforms, or even spread out across the stage, you can use those to avoid the lasers. Maybe jump up on the platform, force Falco to run at him, drop down with the Alone Whip. Probably have a much easier time getting those, now that Sice is standing back using more lasers.
Yeah, I think so. But as people are telling me, you're a little bit low. You just speak up a little louder. Sorry, we're using one singular mic here, so we're making it rock. But
doesn't help I have a quiet voice.
It's all good. Well, you have a lot of good knowledge for the game. I wanted to get it out there. So, switching up here to Small Battlefield, what's your view on the way that Clubnesman is going to try and approach this now compared to what he was doing with Smashville?
Well, the platform is definitely a good call. It allows him to work around Falco's lasers a lot better. You can probably have a lot more opportunities for side use without getting interrupted. And it looks like he's having an easier time so far. Sice is lasering a lot, but Incineroar is still able to get a decent amount of percent. But he's getting comboed pretty hard right now, taking around 50 from a single drag down there up to.
Yeah, I mean that's the only trade-off is that you have to do. Ooh, I like the attempt. He hasn't really got off stage the entire time, and you don't want to do that too often because like we talked before, you can get reverse edge guarded by Incineroar pretty easy, especially as a character like Falco. But he's gone for. He's doing really well at controlling the pace. I think compared to the beginning of the last one, he allowed it to stay even from a lot of those, and a lot of those Darkness Lariats he wasn't respecting after the Alone Whips. Now Sice is just playing like, I will wait for you to swing first, and then I will catch you afterwards, which is a much better approach in this matchup, as he almost got the Punisher with the forward smash, but just missed.
Incineroar's heavyweight coming to play here, keeping him alive to kind of ridiculous percents against a character like Falco.
Oh, that's a strong move now. That is not a good time for anybody. That down smash will kill so much easier now, as we just saw it take it out at like 80% there.
The original Sora down smash, dodging that F to get the kill. Spell jump on, no, Sice gets the downer in order to kill him.
Good timing on that one that time too. He waited until the end of the Alone Whip to actually go down there and get it, where he was in a position where he had to jump and then punished the jump afterwards. Because before he went a little bit too early and he faded out of him.
A bit risky because Incineroar could have read it with enough suicide, but sometimes you just gotta do it.
Which they are inclined to do. The Incineroars love going for like the really risky reversal edge guards off stage, especially if they know that they're going to get punished for it. Why not spike you along the way? We're seeing a whole lot of Revenges and the Dark Slayer still pretty much in the same spots, but you're noticing how Clubnesman is actually walking up a bit more now versus a lot of the short hop range he was doing before, which actually I think might be throwing Sice off. It's actually allowing him to get a lot more damage in comparison to last time.
Sice has responded by starting to full hop up and down in place, kind of repeatedly. I'd like to see Incineroar maybe go for a side game with landing option, because I'm pretty sure he can just armor the multi of the fairy just when he comes down.
I think the later hits will beat it out, but if you get it on the very start, like on the startup, it's not strong enough yet.
There we go. Yeah.
There it is. I don't. Even if it was planned or not, that one ends up taking him out on the double spike. So out of position, causes him to die there, evens the game right back up.
Another full hop hitting the grab earlier.
Which is really good too, because you constantly full hop around him with the rain. Oh, that sucks. Yep, that sucks. That's it the entire way through. That's going to be Sice taking it.